Hey, welcome back, guys. New video here, working on the 60 Beetle here. So our rust repair continues. Just getting ready still to do all the welding, so it takes the most time right now. So as you can see, I just started spreading the rust off to neutralize the heater channel. And to be honest, like, I keep going back and forth on stuff I want to do with this car, just because like it takes time. Do I want to do it? Do I do it? And like, honestly, this car has been pretty lucky, knock on wood, pretty good. But I think I found my last two things I really got to work at here to get done on this car that I wasn't planning on doing before. So when you do a carpet kit, you got these edges I talked about, this lip that folds over. As you can see, it's non-existent there. And here it's still there, here it's still there, here it's still there. So doing this is kind of a pain in the ass. Basically what Dean was saying, I was hoping it wouldn't affect the door closing. There is spot welds. I'm not going to drill them out, but what I will do is take the grinder and cut all of it off. I'm going to cut the top off and then grind down a bit. And what we're going to do is weld on another lip onto here, onto this other ridge here, because that's not coming off. It's almost like it's one now, basically. That's the plan now, what I'm going to do. When you neutralize it, I didn't show this. You rinse it off after it's done its work. So I've since rinsed this off after neutralizing it here. But I realized also as I was doing this, I didn't fully prep this for welding. I did all this, I cleaned up the edges for the metal, but I gotta do this area right here. So as you can see, I just started it, so I gotta continue on that. The other thing that's been going on, as you can see, I'm already dirty. I found the last bit of cancer of rust on this car, I'll say. Unfortunate, but it has to be done. I mean, it's just a patch, right? For me, the welding thing, especially if Dean doesn't want to do it, it's not the greatest spot to do it, but it's all underneath now. So the two welding spots I found are, they're just over here. So I've since cut out the first layer of this trunk area, we'll call it. The way it works in here, cut it out, it's all nice. I polished it up around it to get it ready to weld. This space here is, there's a space between this whole panel here. It's hollow, so that's normal. But this is not normal. That space there, where the heater channel meets up to this, we'll call it this front firewall. It rotted out here, but it's weird because it's a solid straight edge here in that groove there. So we can weld it, but it's going to be really hard and it's going to be like upside down welding. So I'm not looking forward to it, but it can be done. But the sad thing is, I found, because water from, I'm assuming, the heater channel got in from all the way over there to here. So what I've been doing right now, what I just finished cleaning up here, absolutely terrible, is this. So that hole right there, I have since grinded out a bit and cleaned it up. So, not ideal, but yeah, I was just gonna go clean it up for the welding of that space I just told you about, and then it was like dust just fell right out. All it was just evaporated, basically. There's a hole there already, so it's solid around it, but I tried to chew up as much metal around I could get to make it an even hole here for us to patch and tack and grind. It's gonna be quite messy under there, but you don't see it, and I'm gonna try to do my best to clean it up, but yeah, a bit more welding and body work to do there too. So it's gonna be quite a bit of welding, I'll tell you that. Alright guys, another day. So as you last seen on my different use of camera footage because I forgot this one. We had since welded up a bunch of the corners, so just gotta do the bottom here still of this lip, but otherwise this is all done. Might be a little bit of booger welds, but that's fine. It was hard to do, so it'll get cleaned up. Dean did a really good job preventing this quarter panel from warping. The more you weld here with high heat, obviously welding warps the metal. I think there's a slight indent, but you don't even see it, so you feel it, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. Dean will probably bang out the rest. Won't even notice it. So next, just today, I wanted to cut out the rest of it. He'll probably leave it for himself because I'm pretty good at cutting straight now, I think. Grinding straight, no, but I think I'm pretty good at cutting straight now that I could do it. But Dean said he'll leave it for him. He's gonna cut out all this rot on this side. It's a little different than the other side, if you guys remember. This part's still gone, but the other side goes a little higher. This bolt is here, unlike the other side. There isn't. We welded one in, and this is gone at the top half of it, and then there's a little piece on the bottom that needs to be, just the first layer of metal needs to be redone. So that's pretty good, and then this whole corner. But we'll be able to use actually one of these pieces that I have here, so just for the metal of it. Otherwise, I don't know what company this was that made these. I got them off of CIP. They're not very good. The metal is pretty, it's a thicker gauge metal than what we're using, but it's way flimsy. Our stuff is actually sturdy, this stuff not really. So cheaper quality metal, I guess. It's not from Metal Supermarket or wherever we got our stuff here, so not a fan of that. But anyways, it's there. So today what Dean said I should probably do is make the template that fits in here. This we're gonna bang out and weld to. It'll be fine. So I'm just making the template for that now. So what I'm doing is I'm grinding because I suck at cutting at a straight angle. It looks fine now because I just spent 5 minutes grinding it down to make it look flat. So this space over here, this space is actually 33, it was like 33.5 inches or something like that, or 33 inches exactly. Yeah, 33 inches, but I cut, all we have right now for the gauge of metal we're using, we only have 24.5 inches long. So I cut this one. I'm gonna have to cut another piece to weld to it to make it 33. And that'll be one big piece that we're gonna put in there. So that's what today's plan is. I finally brought welding gloves, not using these frickin' Milwaukee's. Look at my gloves, man. I need new gloves. It's my second pair, but I've been letting these ones go to the very last straw. They're not good. Safety glasses though, not the safety squints. I made marks at 1 inch, it's at least an inch tall, so I made 1 inch marks across 4 of them. I did overkill, and this is 8 and just past 8, like 8 1/3. Yeah, it's almost 1/4 inch. I gotta play around with it because the line is not cut perfectly straight, but you know what I mean. But let's get this piece cut out. The other one fits pretty much almost perfectly. I got it all just finessed in there, ready to be welded. Wow, I suck at arts and crafts, like Dean was saying. I was a band kid, I'm sorry. I know how to play instruments, I don't know how to play Sharpies and metal. Cut the square out, finesse it in with the other one. That's it. Okay, last pièce de résistance for the heater channel on this part. Alright, as you can see, I think my welding's improved quite a bit more. I'm learning on a good spot of the car here that I think has been proving a lot of ground for me so far. Like, keep in mind, you saw my first time welding was only a video ago or 2 times ago. And so Dean's helped me quite a lot. He's a great teacher for this, and he's let me be on my own basically this whole time here for the heater channel. So yeah, I made the templates, welded them in, as you can see. So this corner, we're still, actually it's crazy. Don't mind undercoating. This is actually super flat now. Before, if you remember, it was all warpy and wavy, the bottom of the heater channel. Now it's actually really flat now because I've been hammering it up, and with the heat of the welding, you can hit it up, hammer it, make it flat, and it's been forming really, really well. So the second piece here, I seamed it up here, went across it, and yeah. I don't know, I feel like either my welding looks like really trash on here, or it looks really good. It needs to be cleaned up with the grinder still, so keep in mind this is just fresh. This is not bad. I'm happy with this as a result for myself. So that's basically it for today. Okay, I made a place to tack it in there. Did 4 tacks, hammered it in. Give this back.
You turned the gas on this time?
I did. Oh boy. This weld's completely different than the heater channel.
A little thinner.
A little thinner.
Yeah, he's getting it.
Yeah, I'm getting it. So definitely a lot different. I feel like this is gonna be more boogered up, but there's a grinder for that. Yeah.
You sure you got the gas on?
Yeah, I know I do, right? Well, maybe we're almost out. It's starting to weld like it does.
Give me that. Out of gas.
Out of gas. Okay, so Dean's off to go get more gas for the welder. Ran out, so he's gonna go get more from his dad. Then they'll have 2 empty tanks, so we're done with that one. I brought the fender today back because Pierre was using it, as I may have mentioned to you guys. So I brought the fender back. Dean wanted to, he lined it up here just to see what it looks like, and yeah, it's got 1 bolt in there just to see what it looks like with these that we're gonna have to weld to. So just mocked up for a second. I just did this one. Just made another patch piece here, just letting the weld through primer dry. But I've gotten, there's a slight hole under right here, that little one above my finger. So I made that one for the bottom. Really weird. I'm assuming Volkswagen maybe filled that with seam sealer. I'm not sure. I'm gonna make a patch for that. I gotta fill that little hole here, and then I gotta make a piece for the bottom, if you guys remember. So I'm gonna make that patch now. I didn't cut it very straight, but it's hard to get in there. So I'm gonna try my best right now to make a patch that somewhat fits there, then I can weld it in. Okay, up and down 20 times. Check out this patch panel I made. You probably can't see it, I think you're too far. Just for underneath there by the frame head of the kick plate, I don't know what you want to call it. I made this one. It's got a bunch of weird, stupid cuts to it, but I couldn't get a very straight cut underneath here, as you saw, but I straightened out the Dremel a bit, and then I made this. So I've been up and down like 30 times to make this piece. I just got weld through primer on the other side, and this one's ready. And the whole corner of the heater channel is good. The only panel left is this one on the wheel well right here. So those are all ready to go to be welded in. You have gas, isn't that right, Dean?
You got gas.
Yeah, okay. Not just you.
Oh, you got gas.
Oh, getting old.
And he wonders why charge so much for rust repair.
Lots of money. No, it's not so bad. It's kind of relaxing.
30 time doing sit-ups under the car, getting dirty.
It's a free workout, man. You don't have to pay for a gym membership.
Oh, you'll pay for it later, buddy. Do this for 30 years, you'll be paying for it.
Yeah. It's always bettering yourself, right?
No, damaging.
Okay, I'll close this one out. Last thing I did, I cleaned it up. I wasn't very proud of my welding, but it looks pretty good now. Dean approves. All the patches for in here are done. I got the other one all ready to go for upside down welding. I don't want to do. Yeah, this is all nice and cleaned up too. So that's it for today.
Like, share, subscribe, And don't forget to lick that like button.